Hello everybody, I wanted to talk to y'all and go over what prepaid expenses are. So if you look like in your chart of accounts in QuickBooks or any other accounting software, you may see a category called prepaid expenses. This is considered an asset account. You can see right here it shows other current asset. You say it's an expense, why is it considered an asset? Well, think about it this way. This is for things that you may pre-buy. Say if you pay insurance is a popular one. For example, if you pay a year at a time, you get a discount generally. So instead of paying month to month, you can pay for the whole year up front. Usually they'll cut you a deal. Same thing with subscriptions, like for a website or anything else for that matter. You can go ahead and pay it up front. So it's considered an asset to the business because it's something that the business now owns that will be used up throughout the year. And that's why it's a prepaid expense. And we can see here there's $2,000 sitting in this account. And again, we're using our demo company, the dummy data, Craig's Landscaping and Design. So let's look in here and see what this is. So we've got, looks like, an insurance payment of some variety to an agency, okay, $2,000. So how do we use this? How does this benefit us month to month? Well, basically what we need to do is expense each month. We need to move the percentage out of here into the insurance account, right? Into an actual expense account. So the way we do that, we can go up here and go to new and journal entry, and so if we want to do this, we would want to do it each month. So let's say they bought it in July, it's going to start August 1st. So what we will do, we'll go up in here and we will find our prepaid expenses account. I guess I can type it as well. Prepaid expense, okay? And then what we want to do is credit out the amount, divided over the course of a year, what's allocated for that insurance expense per month. So we divide 2,000 by 12 and we get our amount. So that amount is going to be $166.67. Okay, so we're going to credit prepaid expense. So debits and credits have to equal for the accounting to balance. Let's put in here what this is while we're here. Insurance. We don't know what kind of insurance was. We don't care. It doesn't matter in this case, for us. But now what are we going to debit? We got to debit something to make it balance. So we're going to find insurance, and that is an expense account. And there's our credit, our debit. So that will be our journal entry. So what we will do is we can save this, and we can make this a recurring journal entry. So what I can do is go over here and hit make recurring, and it's going to ask me for a template name. You can name it the company name or something like that if you choose to. Okay, it's going to be scheduled, and if you want to do it a number of days in advance, you can. This is going to be monthly on day 1 of every 1 month, and then we're going to start say August 1st, and we're going to end after 12 occurrences because it's for a year, right? And so if we save template, okay, it's telling me it's want me to start it after today because we're into August now. So let's tell it September 1st. for now. And I can actually just use it one time to get for this month. So now we have our templates, and I'll show you where you go and find that. If we go to recurring transactions right here, there's our insurance prepaid expense. It's scheduled. So now let's go back to chart of accounts, because I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Let's find our prepaid expense. Let me go look for assets. That's big better. Prepaid expense right here. So I've still got $2,000 sitting in there. Now watch this. When that recurring transaction gets used, that journal entry gets processed. So if I go over here, I want to change this and I want to use it. So there's my journal entry. So I'm moving money out of prepaid expenses to the insurance expense. And so let's save and close. Now, chart of accounts and prepaid expenses. You can see our prepaid expenses has decreased by $166.67. But what has happened, let's find insurance. Let's just search for it so we stay in the same area, and it makes it less confusion if I search. And here we go. Insurance expense, run report. And now we'll see there's our insurance journal entry for August 1st. Insurance expense for $166.67. So we have increased our insurance expense, and with that being a recurrent account amount, and see, this is the bill they did earlier for something else, but anyway, this is our expense right here, $166.67. Every month this will populate in here without us having to do anything. And what this is doing is, on our books, we're going to see, if you look at a bar graph, say that, for example, of your expenses each month, you'll see this expense tallied in here. Instead of, if you didn't do it this way, you would see that big $2,000 charge expense in July and then nothing the rest of the year, right? And so this makes it, actually count for when that expense is going to be used, because you're using the insurance premium all year long, right? You would be paying them monthly, and you're using them throughout the year. You may not use it in the sense that you're claiming on it or something, but you're using the privilege to have that insurance, if that makes sense, every month. And so doing the prepaid expense this way with a journal entry set up to automatically do it for you, this is how you move those prepaid expense to the proper category. And at the end of the year, that $2,000 charge in prepaid expense will be down to zero, right? And the $2,000 will then be shifted into our insurance account here. And so that's kind of how prepaid expenses work. You can do that with prepaying them, rent or mortgage, all up front, any kind of things like that you can get a discount. It's beneficial to do that and then expense it out like this throughout the year. So this is kind of an overview of prepaid expenses for you, and if you have any questions, Scoville Bookkeeping Solutions, we're here to help, and we're glad to take a look at your books and see if we can help you, save money and grow your business throughout, the year, save some time on your plate. If you're busy and got a lot going on, we can help you out there. So look us up, Scoville Bookkeeping Solutions, scovillebookkeeping.com. We're also on Facebook and here on YouTube. Have a great day.